15-minute race ahead of us then for the Finishline UK Limited Classic Stock Hatch Championship. Lights go out. And the race gets underway then. So it's Stuart Place with the white bonnet on that red Peugeot 205 that moves into an early lead. Pip Hammond tucks right in behind him in second place in the first of the... No, there's some contact further back though, and that's Andy Philpotts that's into the barriers on the left-hand side of the circuit before they even get to Clairvaux. There was some contact there right in the middle of the pack, so yellow flags waving. That's Ben Bateman making up a position there on the 48 car.
Well, I think the contact was actually with Ben Bateman there. They got side by side, and I think there was a bit of contact there. Not quite sure what occurred next. I was looking at the front, but I think it was between Ben Bateman and Andy Philpotts. And Andy Philpotts is still sat there, but they're going to try and push him out the way as Neil Dubman trying to stop the advantage of Martin Kayser there. Look at is that and that's Neil Dubman gone shooting off stage right. I'm not quite sure what happened then. Really.
Yeah, exit stage right for Neil Dudman. There he is. He's back on the circuit there. He's joined us halfway down the field at the Jim Clark S's. But yeah, that seems a bit of a bizarre incident. There's that Suzuki Swift you were talking about. Oh, and he's made for place on Finn Groom there.
Finn Groom, that young man is, and Andy Anderson, he's so chuffed to be part of our group. He's found it's all nice and friendly, and he said he was quite nippy. And that was a very good move by him.
I think he's had about 10 Suzuki Swifts on the road, but all running. And here's the leaders. They're side by side. Pip Hammond and Stuart Place, last year's champion, against a former champion. And there is an absolutely fantastic battle between the two of them. They were literally door handle to door handle there, weren't they? But it's Place that's come out on top for the moment. So they come towards the end of lap number 1. It looks like they've got rid of Andy Philpotts' car, so that should be green flag racing all the way down to Clairvaux.
Oh, that was a lovely move there by Pip. Didn't quite. He got put on the grass, so it didn't quite pay off, and I think he's lost the door mirror out of it. We can't see his door mirror fitted, so that'll be very interesting as it gets later on the race.
Yeah, I think it might have just folded in, has it? We'll have to see if that stays the way. Oh, and Finn Groom was a bit out of shape there going into Clairvaux corner. He's just ahead of Martin Rogers. We've got one into the pits, which I think is the 65 car of Steve Andrews, who was at the back of the field in his XR2i.
And Ewan Lintz has pulled in there. I'm not quite sure what's happened to these two.
Yeah, that's Ewan, the teenager from Nettleton, in his first ever car race. Sadly, it's not ended how he would have liked it to have done. As watching Rick Groom here and Martin Kayser. Martin, originally from the northeast, from Newcastle, just up the road. Now based in Coventry, but he's got a bit of a connection to this circuit from coming to watch the Rallycross here in the 80s.
Oh, I thought they were going to be side by side there. Rick has done very well. I think he qualified 9th for this race. That's, I think, possibly one of his best qualifying periods.
And there was a car going slowly through the Jim Clark S's as well. I think it was one of the Groom cars.
Oh, I think that must be Finn Groom. He had problems in qualifying, and it looks like they've come to bite him again, I'm afraid.
That's a shame. Well, there's another race tomorrow. Hopefully those that have had problems already in this race can get those fixed for tomorrow. But here are the leaders again, not quite as quick as they were a lap ago. There you can see in the background, I think, Finn Groom's car just pulled up by the marshal's post towards Barcroft. But the two leaders, Stuart Place and Pip Hammond. Pip, who's done all kinds of different racing. He's a Porsche 924 champion as well in the past. He's raced in historics, he's raced on ovals, he's done a bit of everything as Pip Hammond. And good to see him out here for the opening round of the season. Is he planning to do all the races this year, Paul, or just an odd one?
I did ask him that yesterday, and he's planning to do more races. Now, I don't know what that means, but looking at the front there, you've got 3 cars, all from the PDC group there. Bearing in mind that Jason Wood is their boss, I think Pip should let him by.
That's not going to happen,
That's not going to happen, is it? No. But as they go, looking back, Rick Groom trying to get up onto Stuart Cleveley there, another new guy. He's got an XXR Challenge shell, and he's enjoying himself. It's great to see 4 new faces out here in Classic Stock Hatch.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always good to get some new blood into the championship. So here's Stuart Cleveley in number 44, the 41-year-old from Great Yarmouth. Done some 750 Formula racing in the past and some autographs before that as well. And he's got Rick Groom between himself and Andrew Anderson in that ex-Craig Robertson Swift now.
Yes, it was, I was looking at them. They had a problem with brakes earlier on, but it looks like they've definitely got the brakes sorted in that Swift because it is slowly inching up there. But it's great to see these XR2s. As you know, I've got an XR2 myself, which I haven't been able to get out this year. But it's great to see the XR2s out there. They're the only carburetted cars out there. And I love the
leaders side by side. Pip Hammond up the inside this time of Stuart Place. That's going to put him on the outside line though for the left-hand hairpin that ends the lap. But twice in the first 3 laps they've been, trading pain, haven't they, into the complex? And again, it's Stuart Place that's come out on top. Pip's going to have to think of something different.
I thought he was going to lose the other mirror then. That's definitely the case. But it's good to see Pip was really gave everything for qualifying, but Stuart Place did half a second a lap quicker than him. He wasn't quite sure how he was going to do it. Obviously, I think he's had a little tweak of the car there and found a little bit of extra pace in that PDC Nova.
Well, that's right. It's certainly given us a few heart-stopping moments, hasn't it? You've got the 2 Novas together there, Jason Wood and Ben Bateman. They are 3rd and 4th. Martin Kayser's 5th. Stuart Cleveley is 6th. Rick Groom 7th. Andrew Anderson 8th. Martin Rogers in 9th. Might have expected him to be a bit further up the order.
Well, yes, quite. I'm a bit surprised about that. I don't know if he had a problem earlier in the race, but it's great to see Stuart Cleveley, one of the new guys out there, so far up in the race. It's fantastic to see.
Absolutely right. Best lap of the race has actually gone to Stuart Place, a 1:42.570. That's not yet been bettered. Lap record for these cars is a 1:41.71 set by Pete Morgan a couple of years ago. Now Stuart Place this time has a bit more of an advantage over Pip Hammond through sunny, so let's see if Pip can challenge into the complex as he has done on previous laps.
Yeah, there's a little bit of space there, about 2 or 3 car lengths, but look, Pip took really big. It's down to 1 car length as they come down to the left-hander before the complex, and he's right up. He's so much quicker. He must get a much better exit out of Sunny out.
Yeah, it does. He does. I mean, that was several car lengths behind, wasn't he? Going into Sunny, coming out of it and down towards the complex, it was down to practically nothing. So we are about to complete lap 4 of this race, 15-minute race, 8 minutes left to go. So they'll probably get 5 more laps out of this, I would think. In the background, the 2 Novas it looks like they're almost alongside, but I don't think they are in actual fact. It's still Jason Wood ahead of Ben Bateman. I say, but they're all in the PDC Racing team, aren't they?
They are, yes. Quite good. Jason, towards the end of the last season, I think this is Jason's 7th season. Last season, he was getting fantastically on the pace last year, and he's following on from that by this wonderful 3rd position. And he's managed to just shake off the advantage of a young colleague, Ben Bateman, in the 93 car. That's a young lad, very good. He's come from stock car racing.
Yeah, and what's his 3rd season now, isn't it, I think?
I think it is, yes. I think you're correct, yes.
Made his debut at Donington, didn't he, where he went from 0 to hero in the space of 1 meeting, if I remember rightly.
Oh, I see that Stuart Cleveley has managed to shake Rick Groom off a little bit there. As the Suzuki Swiss have a little sneaky look up the inside at tower there on Rick Groom. Nearly paid off for him, but he's just showing that these little Swifts are only 1300cc compared to the 1600 of the XR2, but they are well on the pace.
They certainly are, aren't they? That Stuart Cleveley car, by the way, it's an XXR2 Challenge car that's been recently rebuilt to classic stock hatch specification. Of course, there was a 1-make championship based up in the Northwest for the XR2s. That's been replaced by more modern Fiestas these days.
Well,
so
just looking
a few of those cars.
Neil Dubman went a little wide there. We had a meeting this morning warning us about the track limits there. They're getting very hot on that pit, and he actually had 2 laps deducted in qualifying for doing what he did there, and hope he doesn't do that too often.
Yeah, got to watch out for any track limits issues. Of course, the rules on track limits changed part way through last season, but everyone should be familiar with what's permitted now.
Yes, it's still very hard to do. Some of us have been racing for a few years. We've been used to the old rules, and the rules are quite tight now. That any part of the tyre that goes off the circuit or the curb, you will incur a penalty, and it's very strict. It's hard to do. These cars, we're doing well over 100 miles an hour as we go down the fast bit of the back straight, and it's not always easy to point it exactly where you want to.
I guess it almost means you have to relearn some circuits as well, don't you, to drive it in a different way than you would have before.
That's right. You have to be very cautious on your exits, where you'd grab that little bit more in the curb and take the little bit of the outer curb. You now have to make sure that you're not going to go over the curb, and of course the problem is when you do hit the curb. Stuart doing a perfect example of an excellent way. He stayed on that curb lovely, but some of the curbs are a bit bouncy and they could just send you a little wide. And but it looks like Stuart has managed to get those few lengths back again. But as we're shooting down the back there, we're heading towards this part, I love that corner. We're flat out over 100 miles an hour around that corner. Jason Wood's like getting a nice bit of four-wheel drift as we come into sunny in, sunny out. Now, in the past, this is where Pip Hammond has managed to get a better exit and get on the back of Stuart Place and see if he can do so this time.
Yeah, you're looking out of the window to get the first view of what's going to go on in that battle.
He is, he's back with him again.
There we go. Yeah, you can see it on the stream now, right with him again. And it's still Stuart Place ahead of Pip Hammond, but Pip is just unable to find a way through. I mean, these two between them won 12 of the 14 races last year. Stuart took 9, Pip took 3. Stuart, of course, a convincing champion in the end, ahead of the previous year's champion, Chris Deere. Both of them in Peugeot 205s.
Yeah, they're both demonstrating why they are champions there. Some excellent, respectful driving there.
Is this a circuit, Paul, that suits one particular type of car, model of car compared to the
I
others?
must say so. I mean, we have in the past we've had one of the XR2s on the podium. It was Steve Groom a couple of years ago. He got second place here. It's such a variety of circuit that all the cars are sort of levelled out, really, because some of the ejection cars, they're better on the long straights, but then you get things like the Swift and the XR2. They're very good on the wiggly sections, so it is very much a leveller.
Yeah, no, it's not like getting to from Cadwell Park on one hand to Silverstone National on the other hand.
That's
or
right,
something
yes,
like that.
Yes.
And look at this, it's almost bumper to bumper for third place now. Ben Bateman trying to get one over on the team boss, Jason Wood, as they head.
Yeah, you better watch it, otherwise he won't have a job on Monday.
Turning their way through the left and right flick at Jim Clark S's.
Oh, he just got away a bit there. Ben was right on the back of Jason there, but Jason managed to just get a couple of links on it as they come in. But Ben's really good under the brakes there, into sunny in as they're going out. So again, I'm going to look outside the window towards the complex to see if these two can be as close together. But no, it looks like Jason was just got a bit more legs on the straight there from the engine. Oh, here we go. Pip Hammond is on the inside of Stuart Place, and he's taken first place from Stuart Place. What a fantastic move.
Well done, Pip. He's gone through into the lead, much to the excitement of the Pip Hammond fan club, which is just behind me, actually, as they come out of the corner, and they are door handle to door handle again. Still got 2 mirrors on the inside of these cars.
Oh,
and
look at that.
Place has gone back through. He's got the better exit out of the hairpin and just perhaps a bit more straight line speed, has he perhaps?
I thought they did look like it was an engine speed there. I don't know if Pip, because of the excitement of getting past, I think he just didn't get a very good exit on the hairpin. But Pip Hammond is still all over the back of Stuart Place. Now he's had a sniff of that first place, so we all know Pip. We know he will go for that first place.
He certainly will. There's only 2.5 minutes left to go. It's flown by this race, hasn't it?
Really?
Yeah, it's been so much fun. Time flies, as they say. So down towards Tower to go. So there'll probably just be one more lap at the end of this one to make it, a 9-lap race. That sounds about right to me. Stuart Place and Pip Hammond separated by 2/10 at the beginning of this lap. They're turning their way through Jim Clark again. The best part of 5 seconds clear of Jason Wood, and Ben Bateman just appearing into shot there in the background, who in turn are about 6 seconds clear of Martin Casey and Stuart Cleveley, who are 5th and 6th. Top 2 have gone through. 2 Novas in 3rd and 4th pushing on. Wood and Bateman.
That part of the track, the fast bit there, Jason does pull a little bit of way from, but no, Ben hasn't caught up like he did in the previous lap. There's a good 6 or 7 car lengths between them now.
And the leaders are going to be side by side again.
Here
they are. Up on the inside goes Pip Hammond. Oh, and he's into the side of Stuart Place this time. And Place holds on. I think there was a little bit of contact there. It's been robust stuff, this battle for the lead. And it's about to go on to its final lap, Paul.
Robust is one way of putting it, yes. But there's an awful amount of respect between these two. And I mean, we've had this door-to-door racing pretty much throughout the race, and a little bit of respect now because of that little contact there. Pip was dropped back on the straight as he'd done before. What, we on the last lap, you reckon, Ian?
Yeah, I think so.
This is going to be very exciting as we come to... Oh, Pip got it all sideways there. Oh, no, I think that was... I'm trying to think what corner that was. That was that tower. He got it completely sideways, but saved it immensely. Oh, no, it's Clervaux.
So they are heading up towards Tower. We've seen Pip where he's going to make the move. If he's going to make it, it's surely the complex. He's about 8 car lengths behind at the moment. Nice little scrap going past our commentary box window at the moment. That's Terry Roughton and Lucas Dryden. Moment there.
Oh, I think his back tyres on the way off these Toyo tyres. They're very good for most of the race, but as it gets towards the end, they do go off, and I think Pip is really struggling with the back end of his car. So I'm afraid he might not be challenging for the lead after that. That's the second corner I've seen him go completely sideways.
Yeah, it doesn't help, does it? But he will not yet be giving up, I'm sure, as through Croft goes third place man, number 41, Jason Wood, number 93, Ben Bateman is in fourth place. They're still pretty close together. Leaders are going to be heading down to the complex for the final time, and is Pip going to be anywhere close this time?
Well, we're looking as they come into the view. Oh, he's right at the back of him again. Oh, now Stewart's being very canny there. He's covered off that inside line, which Pip has loved. But Pip is trying to go round the outside and try and be on the inside. No, Stewart has cut him off. What a fantastic display of racing as they come round the hairpin. Stewart's in the lead with Pip Hammond. Now we've seen the power of this 205 and he's just going to pull away.
He is indeed. So Stuart Place is going to cross the line.
Ben Bateman has got Jason on the hairpin and has got third place. What a fantastic move that was.
Stuart Place then it is that wins the Finishline UK Classic Stock Cats Championship race on Pip Hammond.
Woo.
Late drama with Ben Bateman grabbing that last place on the podium away from Jason Wood. They finished third and fourth. Martin Kayser fifth, only 2/10 ahead of Stuart Cleveley, who closed the gap towards the end. He finished sixth. And then Rick Groom seventh, Andrew Anderson
in that little swift, fantastic. Oh my goodness. Well, Ben, what a sneaky move that was on your boss. I'll be expecting your P45 on Monday if I were you, mate. Good grief. What a cheeky little move that was at the hairpin. But great to see the new guys there. Stuart Cleveley in 6th place. Andrew Anderson in 8th place. Fantastic showing.
It was a really good race, that, and good to see some of the newcomers going well, including, as you say, Andrew Anderson, Stuart Cleveley. Both will, I'm sure, be very pleased with the results they've had during the course of today. And, of course, they'll do it all again tomorrow, Paul.
Yeah, we got. I think our race is 1 o'clock tomorrow, I think.
Something
I think it's
like
about 1 o'clock, but you can see much of the same there. What a fantastic display with these very aging cars now. They're over 30 years old, these vehicles, but... we are completely friendly in the paddock. Everyone helps each other out, and I think somebody, actually Pip in qualifying, had a battery issue, and he borrowed Martin Rogers' Transit battery to get out there in qualifying. That's the sort of group we are, but what fantastic respect, fantastic racing. What a display by my gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you very much, Paul. Let's have a look at the results now, and we can see confirmation. Stuart Place, number 87, it was that took the victory. Stuart Place then by 0.5 seconds from number 71 Pip Hammond in second. 93 Ben Bateman was in third, snatching that at the very end. Fourth, number 41 Jason Word. Fifth was 88 Martin Kayser in the XR2i. First of the Fords, head of the XR2 of Stuart Cleveley, number 44. Seventh was number 92 Rick Groom. Eighth, 86 Andrew Anderson in the Suzuki Swift GTI. James Hazelhurst, didn't see much of him. He was ninth in number 12 ahead of Martin Rogers, number 39. Then Neil Judman, Ryan Clark, Darren Bassingthwaite and Terry Roughton. And there was a few more starters, not everyone got to the end. Lucas Dryden, Pete Osgerby were the other finishers, but we lost Finn Groom, Steve Andrews, Ewan Lentz, and of course, on the very first lap of the race as well, Andy Philpotts. We'll see Paul Thorpe again tomorrow. Look forward to him joining us in the box and bringing us all of his expertise on the Classic Stock Catch Championship. He heads out of the commentary box to enthusiastically welcome back the drivers at the end of that race, and Stuart Place is just about to pull into Parc Ferme, or into the winner's victory lane, if you like, ahead of Pip Hammond and Ben Bateman with a third car to slot in there. We'll hand down now to Yusuf Prince Hale, who's about to speak to them.
Well, I think that's got to be one of the best races I've seen. Pip, come over here as well. We'll grab both of you at the same time. I'll jump on this side of you. That was absolutely mental. I'll go to you first, Pip.
Sure. Well, Stuart got me off the line sort of nice and clean. I had to block Jason off, and then he was a bit stronger than me in the first half of the lap, and I could bring it back from about sunny towards the end, and it just meant we kept finding each other pretty much every lap. It was awesome, to be fair, you know, a great race, and we lent each other a bit, but we like that, don't we? That's all right.
It was incredible. Really good racing, close. I knew that if I sneezed, he'd be through.
His exits out of sunny out was ridiculous.
No, incredible. And I could see him in the mirror, and I missed a gear at one point, and that sort of brought him in a bit closer. But No, it was brilliant. Real good racing. That's what it should be all about.
Absolutely fantastic, and hopefully more of the same tomorrow.
We'll give it another go.
Well, congrats to the pair of you, and see you out on action, or see you out on circuit tomorrow.
Thank you. Cheers. Thanks.
And now we're going to go down to our third place finisher, Ben Bateman. On the last lap as well, you saved it to the very end.
Yeah, wow, what a race. I didn't really know what I could do in the last lap, and Jason made a little mistake coming into the last couple of corners, dropped us down into second gear. Bit naughty, but yeah, we managed to get it.
When you listen back to the footage, you'll hear the commentators, because they were just watching the top two. Then all of a sudden, they were like, is that Ben in third?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was just an absolutely amazing race between me and Jason. It's my boss, so I couldn't go too crazy on him, but yeah, it was really good.
Well, fantastic stuff. Get yourself a good night's sleep, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All day. Thank you very much.
And with that, we have some very quick turnovers today at Croft, so we're going to be heading into an ad break, and we'll be back very shortly with our next race of the day.